Before I start this video, I just want to say happy Spider-Man Day. Today is August 1st, and 64 years ago, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko brought my favorite character in fiction to life in Amazing Fantasy 15, and I just want to say I'm so thankful for what Spider-Man's done in my life. I'll always be a huge Spider-Man fan, and he's given me the opportunity to make a channel, to make content for you guys, and yeah, happy Spider-Man Day. What's up, everybody? So my wife and I just got back from watching Spider-Man Brand New Day at the AMC Theater in Spokane, and I gotta tell you, this movie was amazing. Right now, it is currently 3:30 in the AM, so if we're gonna talk about this, we're gonna need some help. Now, before we get into anything too heavy, I do want to say this is a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, please go watch it. You won't regret it. It's amazing. Now, to get the important question out of the way, is this the best live-action Spider-Man movie yet? If you're going to ask me today, I'd probably have to say yes. This movie fired on all cylinders. I mean, it's easily, as far as Spider-Man movies go in live action, this is the best one we've probably had yet. And that comes down to the cinematography, the plot, character arcs, characters in general. I'm willing to bet that this is probably the most comic accurate portrayal of Peter Parker that we've had so far. It's really crazy getting to see the ramifications from No Way Home actually play out and see where Peter Parker finds himself after no one really knows who he is. He is full-time Spider-Man, zero-time Peter Parker. I mean, it's to the point where he doesn't even make contact with his food delivery person. He just has a sign on his door that says, "Leave it here." I mean, bro doesn't want to talk to anybody. He does check up on Ned and MJ, though, to make sure they're safe and that they're protected. And it's a really interesting perspective to see him kind of in their lives without being in their lives. I also gotta say, this version of Peter Parker has matured a lot from where we last saw him. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that says that Tom Holland was very immature in the previous movies, but you can definitely see that he's coming into his own in the events of this one. As far as my thoughts on the plot, I gotta say it was really great. I love the introduction of Jean Grey, MCU setting up their X-Men universe post-Secret Wars. It's gonna be great. She had a really good part to play in this movie, and I love how it tied into the Peter Parker story aspect of it all. Also, having Punisher in the movie, I didn't think I was gonna like it as much as I did, but I gotta say, not just for comic relief, but his chemistry with Tom Holland in this movie was amazing. Very like big brother, little brother kind of stuff, and it was awesome. Now, if I didn't already hate the Department of Damage Control in the MCU, this movie just confirms why I hate it. You really had to get Mr. Milchick from Severance and make him not likable in this movie? At first, I thought he was one of the good guys, but once he turned, it was pretty crazy. Also, getting to see Savage Hulk was awesome. Nice return to form, since we haven't really seen him since, honestly, Age of Ultron. I wouldn't count Ragnarok as Savage Hulk. It was more just played for comedy. But Bruce Banner was great in this movie, Savage Hulk was great, and they had some really cool fight scenes and choreography between Hulk and Spider-Man. Now, this movie plays with your emotions. There are some pretty crazy twists, and if you've already seen it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to admit to it, but I might have got a little bit misty-eyed in some parts of this movie, especially the Aunt May flashback scenes where you think Peter almost gets taken out. That one MJ scene where it's a total misdirect, it was just insane. I also want to give a huge shout out to Destin Daniel Cretton. This dude knows how to direct, and especially directing fight scenes. If you've seen Shang-Chi, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Every fight scene in this movie was amazing. It was practical. All the people that were involved did a really great job, and it just looked like it was ripped right off of a comic book. Now, to get into the mutation of it all. No, we didn't get to see Man Spider, but we did get to see some pretty interesting allegories and some themes when it comes to the mutation. So in the previous Tom Holland movies, he's always had a support system. Whenever something goes wrong, he has Ned, MJ, Happy, Aunt May, Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark. In this movie, he has no one. He does have his AI, Evie, as they're calling her, which is pretty cool. So when he's caught up being Spider-Man full-time and also having to see the love of his life with someone else and having his best friend not know who he is, that can get to you. And I feel like, a lot like Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire, his web block, if you will, or mutation in this instance, comes from isolation, loneliness, and honestly, just life stresses. I think they did a great job handling it. I love the scene where he pretty much has no idea what to do with his webbing and he's saying web stop, web stop. That was hilarious. I love the bird sticking to him as he's flying around. I also love the scenes where his eyes go completely black and he just goes into like full rage, like Spider-Man 2 black suit symbiote mode. When he's fighting Scorpion, I mean Jean Grey controlling Scorpion, that was intense. When you get to hear him screaming and just going crazy on him, I mean that was a side of Tom Holland that I haven't seen yet except for No Way Home, but I definitely want to see more of, and I hope that they kind of include that when they have the symbiote suit in Secret Wars, which I'm pretty sure they're gonna have. But yeah, all around great movie, great Easter eggs too, great supporting cast. I mean, this thing was just amazing. And getting to see it in Dolby Cinema was even better. I mean, this is the experience to watch this movie in. I 10 out of 10 recommend it. Now, if you stuck around for the post-credits scene of this movie, you see Ned's Spidey tracker, and then you see it kind of veer off the map. Off in space, it says Spider-Man detected. So, what does this mean? Is this going to be them bringing in the Spider-Verse into live action? Is it how they're going to introduce Miles Morales from the Ultimate Universe? Is it going to be Spider-Man 2099? I mean, the possibilities are endless. And I thought it was a great, great cliffhanger to leave us off with. And I'm really excited to see what they do next. Okay, lastly, I just want to say this. This is my opinion on the Peter MJ scenario in these movies. Now, my wife, if you're going to ask her, she wants them to get together. She thinks that he should have told her who he was, read her the note in No Way Home, all that kind of fun stuff. Me, on the other hand, yes, get them together, because of course it's Peter and MJ, but it doesn't have to be so quickly. You can stretch it out in like 2-3 movies, kind of like what this one did. I mean, they don't end the movie with them together, but you can see the foundational, building blocks happening. Her holding the Black Dahlia necklace, being on the roof of the school, smiling. So yes, I'm a fan of it, but I feel like we don't need it right away. I feel like there's still some really cool stuff we can do with Spider-Man as a character before we get back into the regular role of things that they had in the previous movies. Well, thank you so much for sticking around, guys. I really appreciate you watching this. I apologize if this kind of came out a little sloppy. This is my first movie review for my channel, but I do plan on having more in the future. I want to review every Spider-Man movie, including Beyond the Spider-Verse when it comes out next year. And yeah, I really appreciate you checking it out. I also want to thank you guys for 55 subscribers. I know you guys don't have to subscribe to me, but I really appreciate it, and it means a lot more than you know. And with that, thanks for sticking around with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.